QuoteSoft Duct 4.0 Introduction to the Job File. Let's click the Job File button on the main menu, and the screen will change over to show you the job file. This job file will always return to the last folder that you had on screen. It will also have the last job selected. In order to create a new job, simply click the New Job button up at the top in the job list, as long as you have a folder selected on the left. I would like to put a job in the September folder of the year 2017, so I'm now going to click New Job. On this prompt, you can see job name is the only required field. I'm going to call this the University Project. Fields like estimator and bid date are going to be filled in with today's information automatically for you. The estimator name is who is currently logged into the software. The bid date is going to be today's date. I'll click the little arrow to expand the calendar, and I'll select next week. The rest of the information can be filled out if you so choose, and then hit Create Job. You'll see that information is then created and the job is selected for you. Next, we have our Attachments pane. I'd like to pull in the plan files. Simply bring up the window that has your plan files in it, and I'm going to do a right-click, copy, right-click, paste to bring this PDF into this job as an attachment. I now need to convert this PDF into individual pages, as I know this is an 8-page document. Click the Image Converter button at the top of the job attachments. Select the document that you want converted and hit Open. The Image Converter window then comes up, and you can leave it set to default, or if you know you want a higher level of DPI, you can make those changes. In this case, I'll leave it at default and hit the OK button. The Image Converter utility window will come up and show you that it's going to split this one PDF into 8 individual TIFF images. When completed, you can then go through and delete the ones you don't want and rename them to have the proper mechanical number on them if you wish. In order to change the format of the window, simply right-click and choose in your View menu, Details, and it'll put everything in the proper order. After creating the job, I'm ready to create a zone. Simply click the New Zone button in the top right and fill out the information that is requested. First off, Plan File. Let's go ahead and select the drop-down menu, and when we select one of the plan files, it'll automatically fill in the zone name with that information. This can be overwrote. You do not have to leave it in there as is. You can type in a completely different name if you like. We're just trying to help you fill that box out quickly. You can then put in what your starting custom fields are if you know what the scope information is going to be. Otherwise, you can wait till you reach your takeoff screen. To the right, we have the setups. So now let's choose our rectangular pressure file. The star in this column means that this pressure file is set up to be your default. If you don't like this as your default and you wish to have a different pressure file set as the default, right-click the pressure file you want. Let's do the 4-inch. Right-click and set as default. And you'll see it just moves the star in the window. So now the 4-inch pressure file will be selected for me as a default when I create a new zone from now on. You have your rectangular pressure class tables and your round pressure class tables available to you, and they have the same default column. I would simply create zone, and then it would change the screen and take me into takeoff. The next video in line will cover the takeoff portion. This is simply about the job file. So the job file will actually allow you to copy zones, copy jobs, and paste them into different folders in different locations simply by using a right-click on your mouse. This University Expansion Zone, I'd like to right-click, copy this zone. I can then come over to the Health Center, right-click, and paste this zone. It'll allow me to have a complete copy of it in a different job. You'll see that when I did that, it automatically brought the plan file along with it. I can copy the job and put it into a different folder as well. I'm going to take the Health Center job, right-click, and choose Copy, and let's jump back to July and paste that job in here. It'll ask you, do you want to rename it? and then it'll give you the ability to choose if you want to bring the zones along with it or not. I'm going to hit yes. You'll see that when it completes, it brought the plan files and the zones that were needed. QuoteSoft Duct 4.0 with its panes should make job management a little bit easier for the user. This would conclude the introductory walkthrough of the job file.